So many women think estate planning isn't their problem. But you know what? It is. Women tend to outlive men, and women tend to bear the burden of caretaking for the very young and the very old. So it's really important that we have estate planning documents in place, know how to use them, and know what to use them for. In this video, I'll talk about the top 10 estate planning tips that I think every woman should know. Hey, I'm Liza Hanks, and welcome to my channel. I've spent 20 years as an estate planning attorney, and I know for certain that you have enough financial savvy and education right now to get this job done right. Don't let yourself be intimidated or overwhelmed by attorneys or by the estate planning process. You've got this. Here's my list of top 10 estate planning tips that every woman should know. Because women tend to live longer than men and bear the burden of caretaking for the very young and very old, we need these documents in place. We need to know how they work, and we need to know how to use them when the time comes. Tip number 1, nominate a guardian for minor children. So many young parents get stuck right here. They don't know who to name, they're not sure what to do, and so they just avoid the whole situation. Don't do that. Not making this decision just means someone else makes the decision, and it's somebody, a judge, who doesn't know your mother-in-law or your sister's wife. Trust me, you pick the guardian. Number 2, create a will or a trust. These are basic documents that leave your assets to the people you love when you die, especially if you're not married or are in a non-traditional relationship or have a charitable intent. Unless you write down what you want, it's not going to happen. Number 3, check your beneficiary designations on things like retirement and life insurance. These assets don't go to the people you name in your will or a trust. They go to the people you name on those forms. And sometimes we set those things up and then life gets complicated, and then you find out 10 years later that you forgot to put your kids down. You put your sister down because you weren't married when you opened up that plan. So it's important to keep those up to date. Number 4, talk to your parents about their estate planning documents. You need to know what they have in place, how to find it when you need it, and how best to take care of them when they get old and sick. They may not want to talk about it with you, but keep trying because they need you to take care of them when the time comes. Number 5, update your estate plan after you get divorced. I know this sounds obvious, but there's so much else going on when you get divorced, it's easy to forget. You need to update your will or your trust. You need to update your power of attorney and advanced healthcare directives. And you need to designate guardians for your minor children, even though they might have a living parent. All of these things are important after you get divorced. I'm curious, have you been avoiding your estate plan? Please comment yes or no below. Number 6, know what you own and know how you own it. For women especially, this can be very important. In California, where I practice, we're a community property state. That means property owned during marriage is usually owned jointly by the husband and the wife, but there's separate property you can have as well. If you inherit assets from a parent, if you bring assets to a marriage, or if you're hurt in an accident, that's called separate property. Now, it's different in other states, but my point is this: you should know what you have and you should know how you own it. It's important in estate planning, it's important in divorce, and it's important for women to know these things. Number 7, buy life insurance if you have young kids. Life insurance can be a really easy source of immediate money. In case you die and your kids are little, you can make sure they are able to go to college and get a start in life. And believe it or not, you're as young and healthy now as you're ever going to be, so that insurance is going to be less expensive now than if you wait to buy it later. Number 8, avoid the probate process if you can. There's nothing inherently evil about probate. It's just a public, court-centered process for making sure that after somebody dies, all the bills are paid, all the taxes are paid, and the people who are supposed to inherit the money get the money. But in some states, especially in California where I practice, probate is expensive and slow. And if you can avoid it, it's generally a good thing. How do you do that? Put together a living trust, and that will allow your estate to be settled privately and not publicly in court. Number 9, plan for being sick or hurt. All of us can be sick or hurt at some point in our lives, and all of us need documents in place so that other people can do things for us, like pay our bills and make medical decisions for us if we can't. These 2 documents are easy to do. You don't need a lawyer to do them. They're called a durable power of attorney for finance and an advanced healthcare directive. Number 10, consider making a gift to charity. There's lots of ways to do this. You can make a gift to charity in your will or your trust. You can name a charity as a beneficiary on a retirement plan, but doing so has many benefits. One is you can teach your kids about generosity, and another is you can support causes that were important to you during life. If you have additional questions about estate planning issues, please sign up for my newsletter to find out about my new upcoming online courses and other events. Also be sure to watch this video next on how to make a will. Watch that video and I'll see you there.